Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello, everyone on the interwebs. Welcome. Hello, Jerry. Crispin, hello. Either the chat is really, really quiet or nobody's there tonight.
Probably both. Well, apparently there are six people, but one of those is me. And presumably one of those is you. That's two people right there. Doesn't leave many.
Because this is the last one for Christmas,
Christmas!
I'm having a beer. Greystoke, hello. And Tuffy Iris. So we won't be checking your projects tonight. No.
Yeah, nobody can be asked for that.
No. So,
Also, I think it would be a Christmas miracle if you could get into the project system.
Yeah, a small one. The site seems to be a bit of an edge recently.
Oh, I don't know whether it's the spam bots or what, but something somewhere is fucked.
Yeah,
it's a pain in the hole.
It takes some patience to get to the site at all. So I choose to not do projects tonight, but to do some hobbying. Hello, Danley.
Mad bastard.
Yes, a very, very bastardy mad person. So let me take you lot down to my hobby desk.
Take me down to the hobby desk.
Maybe adjust the camera.
Oh, look at that.
A wee bit.
Oh.
Light. Oh. Light. So I've got new toys to play with.
Oh.
I got the Bobbly Fett.
Bubble feet.
Yeah, the old
man
man
the fat
robot.
bubble feet.
Yes, the one.
That should not say Dymo in brackets. That should say fucking artard.
But also something.
Or Willow. I would also accept if it said Bubbly Feet's brackets Willow, because he blows whatever way the wind is blowing. That's him, bends and shifts. Let's all go back to the castle and see if it's defensible. No, let's stay here in the middle of this fucking mad town. All right, we're going to stay here. Really? I thought you were in charge, Bobby. You fat fuck. Oh, it's bot war. Bot war.
Some dissenters.
They're the bots. This is the war.
So, and either of those are going to be built tonight. Where should I start? Old man.
Oh, start with Bubbers.
Bubbly?
Bubbly feeds.
Let's start with Bubbly. Also, maybe some...
Can we all agree, by the way, that Andor is a fucking fantastic TV show? I've seen a lot of people going, oh, it takes too long, nothing happens.
Oh,
that's called story.
Yeah, also, it's very much a thing for adults. It's not for kids.
Oh, no, it's older Star Wars fans I've seen get really annoyed by it. Presumably, they're all fucking ADHD lunatics who, if you're not dangling a key in front of them constantly, then they can't fucking focus.
It's a great show. I love it to bits.
We already know you're wrong, Soap Dodger, but then you also didn't like the Lake Michigan Monster, which is a fucking amazing film. So... Are you ready for that dead game? He probably pre-ordered them months ago. They've only just arrived, Chris.
Yeah, ages. No, the bot wars were relatively... For some reason, Fantasy seems to have gone to restock.
Maybe it's because of all the abuse they were getting.
I didn't abuse them, I think.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Also, much apologies to everybody listening to this video. My dry cough is horrible. I need to drink more. I don't think I need the tokens for assembly. Oh, look, an assembly guide. Oh no, it's not. It's just some kind of shiny paper. Oh, what's that?
It's probably your build guide. Look, options. You can have with his helmet on or with his helmet off so that people can laugh in his face as they tell him no. Oh! Sorry. I was looking for that and then I couldn't find it, and then I thought maybe I've imagined that. Maybe I didn't have another box of Germans and therefore it was French that I actually had all along, but no, thankfully I've just found Great War Germans. See? Great War Germans. Fucking get in.
So what's that big hunking plastic thingy-majig there?
That?
That thing.
That's Mega Clanker, it's called, from Cromlech.
Oh, I should have known.
I'm doing some Cromlech unboxings. Because I figured, you know what, their stuff's cool. I wouldn't use any of it, because, by Christ, it's for 40k mostly, but...
He does look like...
oh, he's fucking enormous!
Like the name Fisto from Fallout New Vegas would actually have to look like.
I don't know what Fisto means.
It's a robot from Fallout New Vegas, and he does sexual services.
He does fisting?
Yes. In the
Mr.
game.
Fisto does fisting?
Yes.
And they let children play this?
Nope, just adults.
You sure?
Defective dice. Hello.
Defective dice.
The Dildozer. Yeah, that's probably correct. Welcome, Panzer. Yes. You go and hunt for Fisto the robot as a sex slave for some kind of establishment on the strip.
Where are we? Probably somewhere about there. Yes, the whatchamacallums, the Germans are great. There's my starting. But I was positive I had more Germans, which would allow me to run. I think I've got it set up so I've got two 12-man units of regular 12-man greens. So, you know, new recruits who I've given the soft field cap to so you can easily spot them. You've arrived too late to get proper style helm. Fuck you. And then a unit of 8 with gas masks and entrenching tool and grenades to be my trench clearing assault troops. And then I just need to do, well, I needed the box to do another 12 of the infantry, but I also want to do 2 with light machine gun. And then 2 without, so I can run it as a 12-man unit with light machine gun, or I can run a full 12-man rifle unit without light machine gun, if that makes sense, for blood and valor. Yeah. There's a fair to middling chance we might do a live stream tomorrow, depending whether or not myself and Silver Fox can work out how to do a live stream tomorrow. I'm hoping he has a better grasp of modern technology than me, being that he's an officer and stuff, so I'm sure how that works.
Oh, I really need to get myself a assembly guide for this Boba Fett. I can't believe this.
A Bubbly Feet's assembly guide?
I hope there is one. There is one.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
The PDF.
Slash isn't. Just clear some stuff. I was going to do other bits and pieces, but I'm not going to get the chance. I'm also doing British Lancers for an unboxing. Well, that's just for me. If I'd had them done earlier, I'd have been bringing the British Lancers with me.
So there's 2 different neck pieces depending on what head you're going to use. That's annoying.
Yes, because he's got the tactical turtleneck.
Did he get that from
Archer?
Tim Cook?
No, Archer. Why the fuck would Tim Cook have a tactical turtleneck? He's not a leading international man of mystery and spy.
Oh no, I was thinking about what's his face? The dead
Archer.
Inventor of Apple products things.
Yeah, still not him though. Steve Jobs, that one.
Steve
The
Jobs,
guy who stole all the glory despite having done none.
Yeah, and wearing ugly
We
turtlenecks.
call him Dead Elon to differentiate him from Live Elon. Also stole everybody's ideas.
Elon Musk.
He's a fucking knob jockey.
Oh, and he's in trouble again.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, he's currently building a car factory in Eastern Germany, and they have just sued him because he had built an illegal compound for housing dangerous components.
Cool. Yeah, why not? Let's face it, he's already turned part of the Twitter office into a fucking Airbnb against American legislation, and then stopped paying rents at any of their properties around the world. He's just a bellend. If he doesn't end up bankrupt soon, somebody may just put one in the back of his head just to save us all a fucking hassle of having to listen to him.
No, Pete doesn't come with an extra belly, but I think they've modeled him quite like the movie or the series, but need some cleaning up to do. Maybe, just maybe. Where's my remote? That's better. Also.
Oh, Crespin, you'll like this. Oh no, I can't really tell you that yet. Come back to me in January and say that I was supposed to tell you something, and then we'll play the game as to whether or not my poor fucked up head can remember what I was supposed to tell you. Let me just... You don't need to live here, you can live in there. That can be shut, that can hang up. Oh, I've almost got fucking space again. Look, a sneak peek.
Oh, that's a lovely piece of kit.
I have no idea if you can even see that because of the fucking delay here. There we go.
I can. That's a lovely piece of kit. And
It's
a proper
ridiculous.
autoclave in front.
It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. You can kill somebody with the main body of it. It's just like a cricket ball of resin. But I also quite like the fact that the weapons can go on either arm. On their box art, they have them the other way around.
Oh, that's nice. Usually the arms are attached to one side and you're stuck with it.
No, there's shoulders, so the gun goes on either way. Doesn't matter. And then for this arm, this part and the two pistons can also be swapped. So you can have it tilted up or tilted down, and then the hand and the wrist and the claws are all separate. And it's just got a massive breeze block to counterweight it. If it was a real thing that actually worked, obviously, for counterweighting. But yeah.
So it won't topple over if you put it on a hill?
No, I mean just for when you're looking to smash people. You know, you've got your counterweight on the other end of the arm. Like for lifting and shit. Anyway, let's fucking enormous.
Be gone! I don't want any sick promotion to the village chicks.
Yeah, Dave Cromlech. You wrote what, the who, the where with the chicks. What's going on do with the chicks?
I don't need... If I want to be more famous, I'll get the hot tub. And then I'll be famous for about 15 seconds.
Right. Why not more than that? Why only 15 seconds? What's happening then?
I'm guessing that will be the amount of time it takes Twitch to realize I'm not a big boobed girl.
Oh, and shut you down?
And then they will just shut me down.
Oh, that would be terrible. Could you imagine if you weren't a big girl?
Oh yeah, I can imagine, but that makes walking very difficult.
You watched Half Bad? No. Was that half good?
It was the devil's son-in-law. Get Crispin to send me some nipple tape. I hate to say it, but I'm way too hairy in that region for any kind of tape. And I really don't fancy a waxing. Spoiler.
Wax off. Spoiler, it's wax. Wax man. Waxy, wax man. Spreading.
I do like the quality that the Legion miniatures have gone to, but I can't understand why they need to make this little part extra, this would have totally be viable to be cast on that end.
It's because they're still working on that Marvel Crisis Protocol idea of, what we really need is separate fingers. Shit like that. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Okay. Can I be a bit of an ass right now?
Why not? Why break the habit of a lifetime?
So, at the beginning of the week, I felt I may want to venture into different direction with the hobby for some small project or something. And I thought to myself, well, let's see what small-scale miniatures I can find on any of the shops I usually go for. First thing to moan a bitch about is none of the shops have a decent search mask so that you can say, just show me your 10 mil stuff.
Just show me your 10 mil stuff.
Which is a terrible oversight in my opinion. And I haven't found shit in small scale except Bot War and Battletech.
Right. Yeah, but your shops are,
Terrible.
It's not even terrible. They're just generic shops, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. So, if you want small scale stuff for anything, you can't go to a generic shop. Even here in the UK, you can't just go, I'm going to contact Wayland or Firestorm or any of those. They won't stock them either, with the exception of Bot War and Battletech. If you want anything, 50 mil sci-fi or 10 mil or 6 mil or whatever, you have to go pretty much to the actual producers of it, because it's not a big enough market for it to be worth their while to actually buy it in, and it doesn't pay the producers to actually sell it to them. You're selling it like 40% off for most of these big companies, if not more.
Yeah, and that's where the trouble starts, because most of the companies that I'm aware of are in the UK. So, yeah. And I think the UK has currently some mail problem. Wee bit. Or is the strike resolved?
No more than usual. Oh no, the strikes are still ongoing, but I mean, how can you tell the difference between a day with a strike and a day without a strike?
Well, I couldn't tell because I don't live there. Oh, I hear your small little thing putting along. Oh, I love this smell. The smell of Tamiya extra thin cement. So what would be the go-to you would well, what's that word I'm looking for? Recommend to somebody looking for fantasy 10 mil or 6 mil? Mind you, mostly just to have a build and stuff, not primarily to game on.
I mean, 10 mil fantasy, Cobblestone does some great stuff. So Cobblestone's castings, but its range is relatively limited. CP models have a massive range of small scale stuff, fantasy, sci-fi, all sorts. Yeah, in fact, I'd probably just send people to CP to start with. If you're after 10 mil stuff in your neck of the woods, though, excellent models. They're one of these people who print 3D stuff for people who have more sense than to buy a 3D printer. They sell a lot of stuff from a couple of decent 3D sculptors.
Excellent models.
Excellent models. I'm fairly certain they're based in Germany.
If I could type to save my life. Excellent models.
That's some incredible amount of tip try there.
For some odd reason I'm getting consulting stuff.
You make me type shit in because I can't be arsed.
I'll look that up later on. I'll just leave the weird search results on screen, and I'll have them later.
Yeah, stuff's great. It's not I don't think they actually sculpt anything themselves. They just print other people's stuff.
Pete, I'll have Pendragon on my notes list here. No, not Italy. Thank you, sir. And they've
Liked
just...
it. That's much easier. Oh, it's called Excellent Miniatures, that's why.
Yeah.
But it's quite good because it's Warmeister. 10 mil. Yeah, the Forest Dragon 3D stuff, the elves, the Fun Dead, all of it, and then there's somebody else doing dwarves and stuff as well. It's all very good. If you're fancying doing it, the Excellent Models one. Presumably there are other people who've got a merchant account, but I'm fairly certain he's German. Or at least he ships from the EU anyway. It's really funny because there was a company in England, Printing and Detail, who were also selling their stuff. And Printing and Detail, despite Brexit, managed to go out of business because they were charging... It was cheaper to import stuff from Germany and pay import duty for people in the UK than it was to get it from somebody in the UK. So you really can't price yourself out of the market like that.
And no, Crispin, I won't be streaming myself getting a Brazilian. You can't. That's really out of the bounds of everything. So, a little word of warning for anybody doing Daimyo Bobbly Fett. What looks like a screw gate on his right foot that goes on rock.
It's actually his foot.
No, it's actually a peg that goes into the rock.
Ah, well, it's plastic. It'll all stick back together anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but with the peg, it would have set in very nicely. And why shouldn't I put it on base beforehand? That step is missing in the instructions. Bad instructions. Horrible instructions. Let's see. How does that fit? Potentially it doesn't.
If you don't know, we're not telling you.
You're not the boss of me.
Ray Darcy from Kildare.
Let's see how this goes.
I was hoping to play Oak and Iron tomorrow as well, but I don't think I'm going to have the second fleet painted in time.
Well, then just prime them and play as a Ghost Fleet.
Well, we'll see. If I primed them, they'll be primed in, what you call it?
Right?
That taupe colour I like. It's really sand grey. I mean, at that point, they're pretty much done anyway then.
Nope, we haven't seen Troll yet. That's still on my watch list.
With Willow in it, that troll.
No, there's a movie called Troll. If
Yes,
that's what
there is.
Pete...
Came out in the 80s. Starred Willow playing a troll. It was a horror. There was Troll. There was Troll 2. There was Troll 3. Actually, there were several films called Troll 3, none of which feature a troll in it. It just seemed to be multiple directors brought on and then did random shit. It's amazing. They turn a whole apartment into like a forest at one point.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep, yeah, it is. It's high quality films. That's what we like.
Yeah, we were just at the weekend watching the original Willow movie.
Willow.
Mathmorda.
Matt Mardigan, you truly are great. What a shame they couldn't get him back.
Yeah.
Maybe the TV series wouldn't suck ass so badly if they could.
Maybe he had read the script and did want to come back because he was back on Top Gun.
I haven't seen the new Maverick Top Gun thing. I didn't know if he's done much because he was in another film with his throat cancer, and really, they redubbed his lines, but then they redubbed his lines,
they've done so in Maverick as well.
Yeah. Well, whoever redubbed his lines sounded like they were pretending that they had throat cancer anyway. There was no point in fucking redubbing it. It was still unlistenable.
I've seen the trailer for that Musketeer movie you're talking about, Crispin, but I don't really know what to make of it. It looks interesting.
You can make a hat, or a boat, or a flower.
The thing that annoys me is it's always the Three Musketeers plus D'Artagnan.
Yes, but then that's based on the film, or not the film, the original book, because he wasn't a musketeer, and he does get upgraded to a musketeer in later books. I did notice at the end of the trailer that because it's a trailer for a film that is doing a June. It's not out yet, but they're already talking about it in separate parts. So it comes out, I think, the end of next year or something like that. So you've got potentially 2 films in 1 year, one at the start and one at the end.
I remember to have watched the old movies in the 80s.
Planchette. What happened? You went out for cheese 6 years ago. That old movie.
I think that one, yeah. Can't be sure because the dialogue was in German.
Surely Planchette still went out for cheese 6 years previous.
Or maybe for cigarettes.
I was kind of annoyed throughout the entire trailer. At no point was Pep the Mouse involved. And from what I remember of D'Artagnan and the Musket Hounds, he was very much the main character.
Wasn't that some kind of animated series?
What do you mean? If by animated you mean amazing, then yes, it was animated. One for all and all for one. Musket Hounds are always ready. Just saying. Musket Hounds are always ready. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody.
Maybe we should do a live stream at some point with our favorite children's TV shows in the background. And do a sort of mystery science theater take on it.
I mean, you're not going to be able to find some of my favourite ones. But it's difficult enough to find Bosco.
That's a challenge.
I will say, though, if you get the chance this Christmas, track down the Box of Delights. A 6-part miniseries, some sort of Victorian thing, starring Patrick Troughton as the Doctor. And I know people will say he's not playing the Doctor in that, but he was more of a Doctor than some of the other Doctors I've seen.
No, Craig Stoke, probably Fett comes only with a hat option, no gun option, for some reason. And Dave has the theme song now stuck in his head, and thanks you kindly, Jerry.
One, Musket Hounds are always ready. One for all and all for one. Helping everybody.
Rub it in. So, cards. A simple man, going his way in the galaxy, ruled through respect. Bobby Fett.
Is that what it says? Because that's a fucking lie.
Yeah, it says.
Is there a card in there that says your opponent gets to tell you what you do with Boba Fett this turn?
I haven't read the text.
Because that would be great.
Could be.
Because it would be so in keeping with the TV series. Whenever you go, I'm going to activate Boba Fett now, and your opponent goes, no, you're not. You go, no, I'm not. Alright, sorry. Just have to hand them your fucking card.
I have seen recently somebody posting Magic the Gathering cards which actually said, you can't win, your opponent can't lose.
There was a set years ago, and I keep referring to it as Broken and Fixed, but that's the Nine Inch Nail double album.
There were actually two cards. One was an angel, and the other thing was a demon of sorts.
Yeah, but there was there were two booster sets that came out that were banned from competitive play because there was things like tear this card into as many bits as you want, throw them into the air. Any of your opponent's card or any cards that a bit touches are removed from the game. So you would rip a card up, chuck it above the table, and then just watch it scatter like snowfall, and then just take all those cards off.
That sounds like a piece that Munchkin does.
Yeah, except Wizards of the Coast actually did it for a laugh. I can remember the symbol for the booster set was an egg. Maybe it was called Unbroken.
Pete has two still of those.
Confetti card, yeah. But they were excellent, and I can imagine that would be the best way to introduce Boba Fett to Legion, is just by having a card like that, going, "You are a weak-willed fuckwit. Your opponent gets to tell you whatever he wants to say." So you go, "I'm claiming cover." No, you're not. No, I'm not. And you just have to set Boba Fett out in the middle of the fucking table and get shot.
But that wouldn't be canon.
It would be. We all seen it in the Book of Bubbly Fates.
He never gets shot.
He gets repeatedly shot. He gets shot, he gets maced, he gets knocked off a bike, he gets fucking slapped down by a child and a dog. And mods take the piss out of him. The Wookiee pisses in his back of the tank. It's just... I don't mind it being cast as a hero, but you have to cast him as an anti-hero. You have to go full Clint Eastwood and just have him, out there doing the Lord's own work, killing everybody and making a load of money for himself. If
you ask yourself, do you feel lucky, punk?
Well, Andor, or not Andor, the Mandalorian is just Lone Wolf and Cub. That's all it is.
Yeah. And
so
I think
why not just
nobody really disputes that.
No. But if they're going to do that, then just go, okay, we're going to do Boba Fett now. Well, then we just do Yojimbo. You make him the bounty hunter who is just out for himself. And maybe occasionally he'll help somebody out. Get a kid mum back or whatever, but it's an aside, because at the end of the day he's about looking after number one and cashing in, and instead they just made him a useless fuck, which is a terrible shame.
Now opening the bot for us.
Mando's based on Lone Wolf and Cub. Different source material. It's a manga comic book.
Oh, these
Whereas
spaces are larger than expected.
Film.
Oh,
in fact, Yojimbo's probably the most reproduced film, if I think about it. Oh, I've got them in next door. Mine are painted, mind you. But yours are the new shiny black things.
Oh, and the trouble starts. There's no assembly guide.
Do we need an assembly guide? You've
know.
got pictures of the miniatures.
Not on the box. Let's see if I can find them.
Is that not one of the new boxes that comes with the cards in it?
Nope.
Oh, in that case, just have to go to the website, do it that way. You'll generally find that there are only certain ways they'll go together. because the hands will turn out to be massively big for somebody. Yeah, it is after all only a set of what, 6 arms and some heads. It's not taxing build there. Tim's complaining about.
Goes there. That one is this.
That one is this.
He goes there. That's this
Some
one.
black left. Don't want to use black on anybody.
I'm
putting you back in the.
Where
Ooh,
that goes.
hang on a minute. I could use it on you.
Got that.
Christ, standing up.
Standing up like an old man.
Oh, very much so like an old man.
Oh, I may have weapon options? Is this possible? Or did he just put in too many arms?
Probably too many arms. There shouldn't be options. You should not have options. There are no options for you.
Well, I'm pretty sure these arms weren't supposed to be here.
As long as you've got arms that were supposed to be there. Bonus arms are tight. Negative arms, less so.
The negative arms would be battle damage. Yeah, I've got 2 pairs of arms. Too much. So these 2 and these 2. Though to be fair, they look like they could fit.
To be fair.
You sure there's no optional assemblies?
Yep.
This is
Rumbly not in the chat, he'll back me up.
Rumbly, is he there? Hello, Rumbly. Can't see him. No, it's
Shut
not. The one
Remember,
time you need him.
There's no need for optional assemblies because even when they're the same model makes multiple bots, they have the same weapon loadout, but their stats change. It's just a different paint job.
I'm pretty sure there's some mis-sorting happened here. Looking at the picture again. This is not the one for that.
Might be, you don't know.
This is one that goes there. Hard to tell. This is one that goes there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've now sorted it correctly. Still 2 extras. Well, they won't go to waste, I think.
British Gatling gun for the Anglo-Zulu War, Dave.
Damn it. Stick the arms on, done. Yeah, but you can't do wrong arms on the correct bodies. That would annoy me. And I for sure am not sending anything back, especially not if it comes with extra parts. So this will be going that away, and okay.
No, these just came with artillery crew. I do know there were 2 deployed naval Gatling guns during the Anglo-Zulu War, but I don't know how much of a difference the uniform were for the crewmen on it compared to the Royal. Where's my Zulu books? There's 1. Actually, there's 2, but we'll use you first.
Just post them somewhere in a appropriate forum, and they will tell you.
That's all right.
As soon as you post, you painted them.
I own all the books, so I'll not be painting them incorrectly. Don't worry. At the very least, they'll get painted up in British artillery uniform.
This is almost scary. How does Anthony manage to get these so crisp without any flash or mold lines?
He doesn't, but his caster is very good.
Well, then how does his caster manage to do so? It's scary.
He's clearly somebody who likes money. He doesn't want the person taking his money somewhere else. Well done, that man in particular.
I'd like to know if that person who does those castings does any other casting.
Oh yeah, they must do. Because Anthony went to him whenever he changed from metals, I believe. So that in mind, presumably he found somebody else who was doing loads of work.
Just nothing to do apart from sanding a bit of the sprue gates on the heels of the molds. It's scary.
Say that, but once I put a primer on them, that's when I noticed like a crease down a leg or something. It's like the wait for me to put the primer on, so I was doing light first coat now, so I can go back and fucking file the bastard down.
You think the creases grow on them spontaneously?
Yeah, I think they wait for the primer. It's like dropping water onto a thirsty plant; it suddenly unfurls.
What's that one plant called again? Rose of Jericho? Jericho? That just goes very dark and brown, and as soon as it's in water again, it goes all greeny.
Oh, is that the one that looks like a space squid? It's been doing the video's been appearing a lot recently. Yeah, it can essentially hibernate while there's no water, and then it unfurls when it gets wet again.
I don't know what plant that is. The one I mean looks like a very dry piece of hay, or maybe even tumbleweed, and then goes.
Yeah, it looks like a coconut, but then whenever you do it, it unfurls
exactly.
with little space squid limbs. Space squid. Space squid.
Nope, I have to say your sentence doesn't make any sense to me, but I may be missing a word or two. I think Pete has gotten you some link for your crew.
I would rather crap but visible mold line, I think, these days. I don't know. I imagine he's typing extra words at the moment to make it make sense. Yeah, the naval contingent were wearing their standard uniforms. They look so fucking random. Look at you with your little flat hats on. Look at you.
If you see a mold line when you're halfway through painting, you still can go back and remedy that.
Near.
Nope.
Rather than a great but near possible. Don't seem to. Ah, right, okay, there you go. I'm with you. He doesn't want to do the single spray to see whether or not
A mold line.
A mold line suddenly appears, like the shopkeeper from Mr. Ben, as if by magic. Shopkeeper appeared. Ding, ding, ding.
While I'm on Bot Wars, Anthony today asked what people would like to see in a potential tournament support kit thingamajig. I was thinking a digital file to make posters and flyers to help people create stuff. And then maybe some small alternative art cards as prize.
Yeah, Pete, I think you're right. I think it is just their artillery still wore the artillery uniform.
What do you reckon? What would Jerry? What would you have in a tournament
See, whenever you said that, because it didn't say tournament support, it said tournament pack.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, and for me, a tournament pack is, here are your points values, here are the scenarios you're going to be playing, here are the, you can't take more than 3 of these, you can't take 4 of those, this is completely banned. That's a tournament pack.
So more a set of rules.
Yeah, for the actual tournament, it wouldn't actually contain anything to help people organise a tournament. They need to work that out themselves.
I'm afraid these heads won't
Don't be afraid.
complete very long with these fiddly, spindly things on top. It looks very fragile.
Only if you break them.
Yeah, well, I'm clumsy.
Well, if you put little tiny corks on the end of them.
But make them permanent and play with them that way.
That's one way of doing it.
You go in there. And you live there now. And you'll be happy about it.
What's in this? I'm not getting up to check the book next door, which will have the minute, because I can't be arsed getting up. If I get some sort of zenith on them and then start putting colour on,
Colour?
there's a chance they'll get used tomorrow. It's only 20 points, but to be fair, it's not a high point game. I think I worked out 8 Natal native horse. No, there it is.
Horsemen? Riders?
Oh no, I was clicking to get the airbrush cleaner to appear from wherever it was hidden, because that's how that works.
Airbrush cleaner, I summon thee!
Yeah, 8 Natal horse, a captain with a bugler, a NCO of some description, 28 British regulars, and a Gatling gun is about 300 points, just shy. So it's like 27 infantry, 8 cavalry, and a gun. And then I think on the Zulu side, they have 40 married / unmarried, because they're the same points, so I haven't decided what way around to do it. 10 Royal Guard elites and 8 rifle wielding Zulu. So 40, 50, 58, plus the Indina, plus their leader, so about 2 to 1 outnumberings. So I think that should be interesting anyway. I'm still trying to get my head around the objective markers. 56mm square. Sort of a fucking size is that for anything?
An
That's
odd
2
one.
inches and 7/32 of an inch. So it's not even like it's a weird size because it's been converted from inches because they're American. It's just a 56mm square. I'm just baffled. To be honest, I could have been much further ahead tonight if I hadn't spent the guts of 20 minutes just measuring it and remeasuring it and staring at it and trying to work out why these objective markers were 56mm square. And I still can't. It still makes no sense to me.
Maybe that was just a cut-off they had laying around and found it to be perfect.
I don't know. Seems a bit rum to me, old fruity, as they say in France.
I have to say, the Tamiya and the plastic is much more fun assembling than resin and super glue.
Yeah, but the reason for that is you've just taken those out of a blister pack and haven't cleaned them. So there's mold release on them, and then you put super glue on it, and now you're going to complain that super glue isn't sticking to the greasy mold release.
Yes.
I have no sympathy for you at all.
Well, you have no
Child.
sympathy for me either way, so where's the
And
point?
that is true. Child. Who's the you play with bots aimed at? Me
I'm
or him?
guessing at me.
Because it could have been aimed at me vis-a-vis the Blood and Steel. I can't blame Rufus for that one actually, because that was Edgar and who's the other guy? I can never remember. I never remember Edgar's name, which is terrible. Damien. Edgar and Damien are responsible for that. One of them messaged me the other day going, "How's it going? Need anything? Want to have with anything? Still enjoying it?" I was like, "Yeah, I could tell you I'm about to play a game, but at the same time, I don't want to get your hopes up in case we don't." But yeah, I won't be playing with a bot. I'll be John's over from the States visiting family, or his wife's family in Coleraine. So he's coming down to play games tomorrow. And if we can work out how to do the live streaming thing, we'll do it on Twitch. You can see all my fancy new camera angles.
All the camera angles.
Oh, I've moved cameras all over the place and put them on boards and stuff. I've had so much fun moving cameras around. While Justin kind of looked bemused, going, "But you really could do that?" And go, "Well, I will." Because, this camera and that camera are practically on top of each other. It's like the same angle, but like 30 centimeter difference in height. So why would I have that when I can do all new exciting things? So I've put one directly in the middle of the table, straight down. So now there's just a straight, here's your board, or here's your gaming table, dump. And I've still got my little handy cam on a stick that I can pivot around and stuff. Pardon me, hiccups.
No one needs a crotch cam. Well, it depends on the crotch, I'd say.
Yeah, I think everybody needs my crotch cam. Why else are they showing up again? Did I prime you? What the fuck did I prime you? It's like narcolepsy. I can't even remember. Oh, well.
It could be worse. You could be not remembering.
Well, also yes. So it might be that, and then, like I say, I've another 20 ships here, which I'm fairly certain won't get painted tonight. You laugh.
Won't get any rigging.
If I undercoated them all in that tanny brown colour and then did all the sails, airbrushed the white onto them, they'd be coloured enough to stick down.
So when would be the potential stream starting tomorrow?
Oh, I'm gonna be there at 9 with John. I might have a coffee and talk balls. He's brought sweets for me, so I'll eat some sweets.
Even
So,
more
10ish. I don't know how long he's going to be around. It could be just a whole day of me and him talking balls and gaming, in which case it may start early and just keep going. Might just shut it down between games type of thing. Again, a lot of this comes down to whether or not I can make the machine work. Or he may, he is after all across to visit family for Christmas. At some point they may want him to come home. So it may just be, 9 o'clock till early afternoon type of thing. But if
they will
if we don't get Oak and
understand.
Iron, I'm going to get Clash of Spears as another game. This will be, as soon as we're finished here, I've got to go and find all my shit for Clash of Spears, which is scattered to the umpteenth corner of Back and Beyond.
Speaking of the machine spirit, I today watched that weird animation that was previously Warhammer Plus exclusive. This Angel of Death thingamajig. If that thing is anything to compare the rest of the content of Warhammer Plus, that's a total waste of money, in my book.
I don't know what that is. But I think everybody has already decided that Warhammer Plus was a waste of money. I think people only really signed up for the free miniatures. Yeah. It's just like, well, we're done with this now. Where's all the Warhammer stuff going to be in the future? Well, Amazon probably. Okay then.
Yeah, and it will be narrated all by Henry Cavill.
I imagine that is just going to be total balls.
I have no clue. I really have no idea. And it could go either way. But speaking from what Games Workshop has put out as movies in the past, I'm not having very high hopes.
The thing is, the stuff they put out as movies in the past was more or less done in-house, like Ultramarines and stuff like that. So it's only ever going to appeal to nerds, and it was just badly done. With something at Amazon with Henry's name stuck on it, they can't appeal to nerds. They're going to have to make their money back by appealing to a wider audience.
Like they did with Willow and Discworld.
Oh God!
And The Lord of the Rings.
Very much, all of that. Wheel of Time, things like that, where they can't take the time to explain things to people, so they're just going to either make it generic sci-fi or risk losing everyone. So that's not thin enough, but fuck it. They can always be stripped down whenever I get home. So yeah, they either make something that's successful, at which point there'll be a load of people complaining it's not Warhammer 40k, or they make something that's as close to Warhammer 40k as they can put on TV, because let's face it, you can't really. And then that won't be successful.
Ultramarines is a interesting movie. I'll let them have that. And my miniature building skills are just falling apart, literally.
I've never seen the Ultramarine film. All I've ever heard is people talking about how utterly terrible it was.
Well, basically, it's like cutscenes from a video game. Only not as a high production value.
Did it get a cinematic release, or am I imagining that?
I think they wanted to, but then it was a DVD release only, I think.
I think it may have got like a premiere or maybe it may have just been in one screen in Nottingham, to be fair. Yeah. Oh, like all whites, you're terrible. I should have just used my ink for this.
I've got a feeling I'm going to stick my finger to this. It's going to end up badly.
Way. You'll be like that woman at the end of Superman 3.
Can't remember that.
She became more machine than woman.
Oh, the general, like, matron person.
Yeah. The one working with the man from U.N.C.L.E. Not Ilya Kuryakin, the other less good one, who seemed to be about the film. It's terrible.
I hear people screaming, how can you do this to those miniatures? And I tell you I can, because they're mine.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm using activator on top of already applied super glue.
Yeah, well, you're just the worst.
Yes.
We all knew that.
That's why all are here. Plus, I'm going to make that disappear once the miniature's painted.
Battle barge with only 9 Marines on it. It's a low impact battle barge. Is that what that is? Fucking seriously.
A very environmental unfriendly battle barge if there's only 9 persons on it. I'd say. Well,
it reminds me many moons ago of Meteors Are Not Free, Citizen. started as a thread on Portent/Warseer. I can't remember what name I had at that stage. And somebody had gone, I can't believe they're spending all this money for like exterminatus, blah blah blah. All you have to do is go get a meteor or an asteroid and then just push into the planet. They're free. And then somebody wrote a very long explanation as to why meteors were not free, based down to the running costs of ships, moving them from where they should be patrolling out of orbit, finding a likely meteor, pushing it towards a planet, keeping it on course.
Don't you just love it when people go to such length to prove somebody on the internet wrong?
Yep. So you know you're having a good day.
It's like that one guy who posted the complaint to the postal service because his 3-day delivery took 8 days, and he calculated that for the short distance a turtle would have taken 3 days.
Can't really argue with it.
Oh god. And the first comment was, I love the amount of detail you have put into researching that argument. So this went much quicker than expected, so I'll put these freshly assembled, very fragile robots to one side. Can't decide to decide then. You go and live there for now.
Live there now.
You wait. And I think then I need to do some remodeling here. Oh, and get myself some
Modelling. Oh, never matter. I should never use white paint. That's why I bought white ink. I'm just saying. Bought white ink specifically because I know how much of a pain getting paint through an airbrush is. Because it never fucking flows well. It's always a gritty, terrible finish. And yes, I still turn around and ignored the 2 bottles of white ink beside me. I want 2.
Terrible.
In favour of
I'll
fucking
be right
paint.
back, just getting some...
Oh no, you tear away. I'm just going to sit here and rant about fucking white paint for a moment. Well. Yeah. That's why I got the inks. So, and they're still bad, but they're nowhere near as bad as paint. But fuck it. It's only some sort of gritty Zenith base anyway, so like I say, I'll throw some colours on the miniatures, stick them on a base, use them in the game, get them home, strip them off the base, and detol the lot of the fuckers. Now, I've painted quite a few gun carriages, water carriages, and other things for Zulu stuff in a lovely pastel blue colour. And can I remember what colour I used for any of those previous things?
Don't you have that written in your little black box?
Bumhole. No, because they were just bits of scenery. So they're not actually part of a force, so I never bothered recording it. But it worked really well, and now I wish I had. Whatever I pick, I will be writing my little book in case I get a canon to go with the... Though I doubt I will. I think when the Lancers are done, the only other thing I want to get are some naval and boars. I actually have a blister pack of boars I bought by accident years ago and then never returned because I dislike bringing stuff back to shops.
So what do you do with stuff you don't want and don't
Oh,
bring back?
Put it in a hole somewhere, and then years later start an Anglo-Zulu force, and then go, oh, hang on a minute, I could actually use those boars. They could actually be fielded. Like an actual force for an actual game. Actually. Siege's left buttock blue, alas. No, because I don't have the Vallejo pastel. It may have been maybe that one. Which I have no idea what that one was though. Azure Sky maybe? It could be a 903. Could also be an 888. The numbers have kind of blurred away.
You go over there.
No, it's not sky blue because that is too light.
Hello, Nick from Great Primal.
Decisions.
Oh no, I should have changed the
My model color range.
paper at some
Don't know if you
point.
can see
in the
that or
past.
not, because everything's on a lag. There you go, you can. Model color lives there. Game color lives on the rack. Other colors, depending on what they are, live in other places.
Oh, since Vallejo is redoing their whole paint range, the German distributor is now selling off all the old paints.
Are they? Oh, you should fucking get in there like Stink on Quim.
I wouldn't know for what to use them because I already own too many paints.
Right. Weirdo.
I'm not owning all the paints, but way too many. And yes, Pete, those are elementals, and they need some kind of color treatment, and I'm not quite sure yet how to paint them. I'm highly tempted to
Highly motivated.
use horrible colors on them.
Just the worst colors.
Yeah, like pinkish and stuff.
Oh, you should definitely do that. I think I know it all be.
Yes, annoy all the people.
Wouldn't annoy
Sadly, I
John.
don't have a pink in
Now he's got
speed
pink
painting.
clan
Yes.
and pink in his sphere.
I had quite a chuckle when I saw that. And I'm still scared of what Horatio has planned for me. I don't know what he has planned. And still very much awaiting the apocalypse any day.
Apocalypse.
I'm going to use Hive Dweller Purple.
$5 purple? Is that like a $10 milkshake?
Yes.
Oh, Hive Dweller. Okay.
And it brings all the boys to the yard.
I had milkshake licorice from my advent calendar yesterday.
That's an interesting combination.
Today I got salt and pepper licorice.
That sounds even better. Better.
All licorice is awesome.
So Nick is swearing by scale 75 colors.
I don't like scale 75 because I've got a set or a couple of sets of them actually. They've got slightly different properties, and I'm so used to using Vallejo that the first time I tried to use the scale stuff, it was just head melting because they're kind of gel based. So I've never found them particularly easy to work with. But you can't argue with the matte finish you get off them.
It's very matte.
Oh, you'd probably be right up there, Soup. I imagine you should get the tubes of the artist's stuff off them. Yeah, the scale, the actual bottles of scale stuff are just, it's a weird gel-like fudgy mixture. I'm now unable to think about how it works. You can't just add water to it. It looks at you funny and jellies around the place like blancmange.
Oh great, now I'm having to think about that blancmange sketch again.
Oh no, that would be terrible. Which one's that?
The tennis match from Monty Python. Where the blancmanges win the match. Or almost win against the Scotsman. And then the elderly couple comes along and eats the blancmange.
The That's painted in a. It's painted in a buff sand color. That can't be right for that period of it. I suppose it could be.
So, will there be a weekender this week? I didn't.
No.
Oh, that's reassuring.
It was still up in the air, but it's like no.
So a weekender, but
people being sick.
But probably not an XLBS.
No, other way around. Fuck the weekender.
Oh. So only for the paying customers.
Yep.
That's grand. That's okay by me.
That's well. Do that again. I want you to do that. Yeah, I think that pastel is the best color for it. Brass fittings.
I wonder if Vallejo is going to raise prices now that they have their fancy new bottles and the agitator.
What's the recommended retail for Vallejo at the moment? $2.75.
I couldn't tell you, especially not in British pounds.
I'm fairly certain they are the cheapest on the market still and have been for quite some time at the recommended retail price. Compared to every other paint company out there. So even if they raise them, all they'll be doing is bringing them probably up to the same price as other people, at which point I'll still buy Vallejo because I much prefer them. $2.25 in my local, I said my local, in the toy shop in Belfast. But I think they went up to $2.75 a little while ago.
The only thing that annoys me with them having a complete reformulated range is that all the conversion charts for colors cease to be valid.
No, that shouldn't be the case. They're not changing any of the names, the numbers, or anything else. All they're doing is changing the composition of how it's made, and they should be color matching to the original stuff. They're not GWing it.
Oh, okay.
So
Then...
if you bought 886 green grey, there will still be an 886 green grey, and it should still be the same color as 886 green grey.
Yeah, I think it's only the game color range that's being done, Pete. I don't think any of the other model range and air color is still the same.
Even better then, because I don't use a huge amount of the. I mean, I don't use a huge amount of a fucking rack of 60 of them there, but 60. 10, 12, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I have a rack of 60 of them there, but
You only use one.
they get used so infrequently. The game color range is more fantasy and sci-fi colors, but the coverage is not as good. Maybe they'll finally fix that coverage issue and they'll bring game color in line with the model color. Because if you want a decent model or decent coverage, you'll just get the model color. They've got better pigment in them. The inks are good. Now the shop in Smithfield, that's the one. Yep. I was talking about this today with my brother because he bought some video for his godson, and I was going, well, you know, that shop in Smithfield sells some video teams and stuff, but remember you have to bring cash because he doesn't do anything technological like a till or a card. Going, all right, fair enough.
No till, is that legal?
Yeah. Why, you don't need a till when you've got a biro pen and a notebook that you used to use in school that you can just write everything down in.
Well, it won't surprise you. The regulations in Germany say you have to have a tamper-proof till.
Yeah, of course you do. How'd that work out for the people of Essen?
I don't know.
Do you know? So many people got
those
robbed, their
weren't,
tills were just all stolen off them on the last day of Essen. So, tamper-proof tills didn't save them, did it?
No, the
what would have
tampering
saved
is
them?
not referred to not getting them open, but that you can't forge the receipts that are inside the till. Because if you have a stationary shop, you need a till that does the little printouts of receipts, and they keep a copy inside, and that needs to be tamper-proofed. So you
That's
can't
very
fake
dumb.
your income.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah, it's a bit overkill, and that's one of the
is
many
anybody in
reasons.
Germany ever likely to do anything that's against the law?
That's one of the many reasons why Carsten stopped having his game shop near me, because they would have needed to get a new till that was compliant.
Oh, is this a recent thing?
Yeah, relatively. Seeing that he's offline with his shop now for I think 3 years almost.
Yeah,
So
but
it's 5 years ago.
Two of those were the Rona, so they don't count.
Yes, the genre roll. Thank you, Tuffy. That's the thing that needs to be tamper-proof, so that the tax man can have a look at it and tax you accordingly. But speaking of model colors, I think it was today, received the newsletter from Breville, and they are doing a 1:9 scale of the Mandalorian.
There's
As
ones that somebody was posting in Disco yesterday.
I think that was me.
A 1.3 Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We were commenting on the fact it looks like renders.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
See,
not.
I do pay attention sometimes.
I'm not sure if I can't get behind why they would make them into different scales.
So you can't do them side by side.
That's
Because I assume
stupid as fuck.
a 1.3 Yoda or Baby Yoda at that scale wouldn't be big enough for some people.
You mean the 1:9?
No,
Like,
oh yeah.
The Mandalorian will be 1:9.
The Mandalorian would be, yeah. If Baby Yoda was the same size as him, he'd be too small to make a kit that would cost more than a tenner.
Yeah, the Mandalorian is going to cost €50, and the Baby Yoda is going to cost 40.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Did you know some people were unaware of Baby Yoda and his love of chicky nuggies?
Oh no.
Yeah. Paul, for example, was unaware until I introduced him to the Baby Yoda singing the Chicky Nuggy song. Again, I think that's German doing that.
There's a high possibility.
You could have some sort of crisper noise suppression on your microphone, because every time you rattle something, you go muted for about half an hour, and then it slowly recovers, just in case you weren't aware.
I'm not having any noise suppression. That must be Skype doing it.
Oh, God bless Skype.
Chat, are you having me being muted when I rattle things, or is that just Jerry not hearing me because Skype's being a cunt? It was Paul, Nick.
Paul.
See?
And he's a child. I would have expected him to know that.
Oh yeah, music is off. For whatever reason. Why is the music off? Because YouTube decided to stop music. You're a fucking wanker.
Do you have music?
Yeah, I had music very quietly in the background.
I never have music. You're so mean to me.
Yes. If I had the technical expertise to do so, I would do. But I'm not Warren. I don't have an external mixing thingamajig.
Visit Yellow Belly live stream. Bet he'll have music for me.
I'm looking forward to Thursday. It's going to be fun. I think. I hope. Also, has David already done some of his Assassin's Creed, or are we still waiting him?
No, I don't think he's done any of it yet.
Are you in chat, David? David, not. If not, if you're watching the video, David, what about Assassin's Creed? David.
Why would you paint it?
To have it colourful.
Do you hate us all so much? Is Paul normal size? Well, I'm normal sized. It's just there's an awful lot of people who are smaller, pulling the average down, which is really annoying. I think you'll find super annoying. Paul's about the size of who would he match? Shay and Paul, I think, are roughly the same. There's a good picture of them. Well, actually, the last time these Zulus got live streamed, it's like a fucking year ago. It's like every year you get a live stream of me and Zulus, whether you want it or not. Paul was on that. So you can see us both moving around occasionally and drinking cans of fruit-based drink.
Pops.
My fruit-based drink came courtesy of Sweden, so that's why you know it's healthy.
Did it have all the electrolytes?
It had decent alcohol percentage, I'll give you that.
So that's a internal disinfectant.
Yep. In my defense, I wasn't working. Therefore, if I want to drink on live stream, Rockies. I think that's how that goes.
I'm pretty sure on this stream you don't need any defense regarding any consumption of beverages, because
no, it's not on this stream.
This stream is clearly and surely and utterly only for adults, or people of legal age, should we say.
People of legal age. That sounds bad.
Ben isn't tiny. If somebody is tiny on the team, it was Sam. And maybe Free. Which one was shorter, Free or Sam?
I've never seen them both in the room at the same time. So
Which one had the bigger chest to walk on?
I'm fairly certain that Free had more of a bosom than Sam did. If that's what you mean.
For some odd reason, I knew you were going that very poor pun.
Oh, that's not a pun. You asked which one had the bigger chest.
Yet who was step on?
I've fucking no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
a box!
Boxes,
Standing on a
yes,
box.
Soapbox. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
Ria's tidy, says Toffee. She met her at Salute. It still needs some reference pictures to Sam.
The only way you could do it is to get the pictures of me. I think it was the Hellboy unboxing that I refused to let Sam sit down. He had to stand beside me. That's a good ballpark to work out what size people are.
The upcoming measurement within OTT is Jerry is 1.0 Jerrys. Paul is 0.9 Jerrys or something. And all miniatures need to be converted into Banana Man scales.
I really enjoyed that unboxing.
Which one was the unboxing where Free was hiding behind the
behind the Assassin's Creed? David hasn't painted yet. That was the Assassin's Creed unboxing.
Oh yeah, that was lovely.
Again, I refuse to let her have a seat either. So there you go. Those two unboxings, because they're done on the same set, so people will be able to use like Photoshop to match those to work out which one's taller. You're welcome, internet. Didn't have to do that for you, but I did. So I kind of am.
You are very generous, God.
I am.
Sam and Free in a boxing match. Why would they need to do a boxing match? It would be much more fun to have them in an argument about Lord of the Rings.
Foxy boxing. My money's on Sam in that one.
Because he knows how to play dirty?
He's just foxier, isn't he? With his wavy hair and stuff.
Does he still have his wavy hair, though?
I've no idea. I haven't seen him since he left.
I've only seen his tweets every now and then.
See, I don't do the twat.
Which
So
is
I
totally the
wouldn't
better
see
move.
The twats. Don't do the Instagram either. I'm barely Facebook compliant, for fuck's sake.
Whatever happened to Sam? I think he went on a different journey completely because of his writing.
Yeah, I don't know if he got, but I know at one point he'd applied to be a research assistant for a bloke who was writing a book on Terry Pratchett in Dublin. So he was going off to do that for a bit. Then I think writing. Ben still plays RPGs with him on a regular basis.
Maybe there should be some kind of reunion at some point next year. Just have them call in.
All you bitches, come and say hello to me. And bring me presents. Best kind of reunion. Bring me licorice. Not shit licorice. Bring me expensive, nice licorice.
I'm going to do the worst thing that I can imagine. I'm just going to paint random colors on this Mac.
Just going to paint random colors.
And you all have to watch.
I really don't.
You know, you're looking. I hope you're watching yourself paint. Otherwise, that may go sideways.
It was that azure sky blue pastel colour, if people were wondering. I've no idea if that's the actual name. I could get my Vallejo reference out and check.
We should have an OTT con at the Jet Center in Coleraine.
Is the Jet Center still a thing? Does that still exist?
I thought Warren had said we could all
I just thought going to
live in
his.
his basement for
Yeah.
a week or something.
Yeah, he did. There's a lot of animals about these days, though. There's a dog and multiple cats and stuff.
Oh,
So
cats
imagine-
I can deal
And
with.
children. A lot of children. I imagine the basement's getting quite gamey. Oh, imagine the smell of children. Ew.
Slap choppy.
A hooker bit your tongue off.
Yes. The what's his face? Goobertown Hobbies did a interesting video today, or released one,
Right. Where a
making
hooker bit his tongue
different
off.
ways of priming miniatures with different ways of zenithal via rattle can, airbrush, dry brushing, etc., and then using speed paints on top of it. It was interesting.
Right. I'm so glad somebody invented that.
Yeah, he was about slap chops saying something
A
along
hooker
the
bit your
lines of
tongue off.
the French invented it 700 odd years ago and couldn't make anybody remember the name of it. Now it's called slap chop, and it's going to stick.
Fuck, it isn't. The only thing that sticks is every time I hear it, I automatically think of a hooker bit your tongue off.
You're not only thinking of it, you're also saying it.
Oh, don't worry. I will continue to do so till people stop calling that fucking stupid name.
Oh, I wouldn't expect anything else from you. I'd be highly disappointed if you stopped.
I have the patience of Job. I'll outlast this fucking ridiculous term.
Is there an actual name that was there before it? Or was it just a technique?
Just a technique. I remember Toros, Steve Williams, telling me about it fucking late
Many
90s. Because I just got a load of pagan Russ. And it was like, oh, so many of these fucking Rust have paid. And he was going, oh, you should do like this. It's so quick. So I sprayed them all black. I dry brushed them all white. And then I threw inks on about 3 of them and went, oh yeah, it's not bad. And then put them in a box to the roof loft, where they remain to this day.
So I really like your idea. Calling the video about a new painting technique Dick Touch, and it's basically a wash and highlight.
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
You should make a jerry can.
Definitely reach out and touch your dicks.
Reach out and touch Dick. Dun, dun,
Bum,
dun,
bum, ba, bum,
dun,
ba,
dun,
bum,
dun.
ba, bum, ba, bum, ba. You know why he was so good? He was in an episode of Columbo. That's why. You live over there now, so I can get into that. I'm fairly certain that contains some flesh aids that I want to play with.
That's a lot of flash tones.
Yes, that's the flesh tones. And up there are the pigment and washes.
There needs to be a color called minced meat.
Just meat. Oh, go for that. I mean, it's very close to what I normally use. Fancy doing something, but everybody's fucking super pink because they're lobsters. Splish, splash, splosh.
Yes, Pete, minced meat. Minced meat is great. Put it on your bread. Add some onions and a bit of salt and pepper, and away you go. Great.
Use it instead of a brush, so fast and simple. I'll be telling everybody about Dick Touch. The new wonderkin. Since I started touching Dick, I haven't been able to look back. My miniatures have never been better.
I couldn't stop touching Dick.
Yeah. I couldn't believe I hadn't touched Dick before. It makes so much more sense. It's brought a lot more enjoyment to my hobby.
Should do.
Oh yeah, I can see it now, Soap. How much more enjoyment do you get with your hobby when you touch some Dick?
Poor old Dick. Don't call it old. It just will let his head hang again.
Where's my large brush? Oh, you're up there. Oh my god. I stood up again. This was a terrible mistake. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Do your brushes now all fall down?
No, but my legs are fucked. Oh, I have to stretch his knee. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I've gone on holiday by mistake. Must be almost time to watch With Neil now again.
I'm not sure that paint with touch stick is actually sweeping YouTube. I think YouTube might have a problem.
Well, they don't have a problem with a hooker biting somebody's tongue off.
Oh, that's true.
So, I think it's probably fine.
And
you
also
touch all the dick you can, Soap. You don't let YouTube stop you.
And also the amount of weird woman content that is being promoted to me is very odd.
It's because you are an old woman.
Psst, you shouldn't have told anybody.
We all
That was the New Year surprise. Hello. Yes, Pete, we will be touching Dick, and we will be thinking of you. Have a good night.
Chatty bye.
And remember, wash your dick thoroughly. That way, it will last longer. The hell I will.
Yeah, definitely. Your audio goes up and down like a whore's drawers, and it's immediately after a loud noise, so like a cough or a rattle or something. So Skype has clearly been in there doing something. Fucking Skype.
Let's see. Skype, where are you? Settings.
Presumably people at home are hearing it because I'm getting the raw, unfiltered stream. So if it's doing it to me, it must be going through OBS as well. If you're capturing computer audio.
No, because the mic that you are hearing is the mic from the webcam, and OBS is catching the USB microphone, so they are totally different audio source.
Oh, you terrible bastard! Come on, I don't get music. I don't even get the audio that they're getting. You could be saying anything to them, and I'd never know.
Yes, that's the reason.
Son of a bitch.
Also, I've just deactivated noise suppression.
So it did exist. I'm not just fucking freaking out.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why it activated. I never told it to.
They did an update a while ago, and I think they switched it back on again out of badness.
Terrible cunts. Cunts, I say.
Reet
Call it
bastards.
touch dich selbst. Well, if I would go to Germanize that term, I'd go with a more imperative and go like, fass dich an!
You do you. Certainly will tell you different.
Yeah, Dutch, I think Dick Van Dyke would totally agree that Dick is a completely, perfectly normal name for anything. And nobody ever made fun. Where's my beer?
My father did.
Your father made fun of Dick Van Dyke?
No, he made fun of Dickhead, who he worked with. Who apparently insisted on being called Richard. Didn't like it being shortened to Dick. But my dad said after 15 years he still hadn't, so, suck it up, dickhead. Joke never gets old.
Not really, no. It doesn't.
Not from my dad, anyway.
Green. I used to know a guy called Ben Dover. Well, that's an unfortunate choice of name.
Don't know, is he...
You know,
Is he the one who's very big in the adult film industry? So, that one.
Every time I see people named in such a way where you think, why did your parents name you that way? I'm automatically assuming these parents are terrible people.
Like Pierce Mycock.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They probably were terrible people.
Blame the French for funny names. Well, it's not only the French, let me tell you. There are certain combinations in German that are not very flattering either, to say the least.
Like Pierce Mycock.
Well, that's not German, but it's in the same vein.
You say that. It's English, so practically German.
Well, maybe a bit.
French country ruled by Germans.
Belgium?
England.
I'm pretty sure we have nothing to do with England. We're completely uninvolved in that.
Yeah, you say that, but if King Heinrich XIII had taken the throne again, then it all would have been, don't worry about it, we're all friends here.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Let's see. And then obviously Harry and Meghan's kid, president of the US in 18 odd years.
Oh god, that would be... That's a monarch going full circle.
That's the New World Order right there. It's all coming together, huh?
And then the US gets imported into the UK.
Bam, bam, bam. Only Elon Musk and his shit tweets can save us. Save us, Elon. Your only hope. Why not say something unsubstantiated and retarded for your followers to latch onto? Bam, bam, bam.
I think he's quite good at that currently.
Oh, he's fucking amazeballs at it. All the time, all day, every day. Twice on Sundays.
Well, I think Sundays is the day of the Lord, and you should be working.
It's alright, I don't think it's working.
Okay. Then I haven't said anything, and I'll, well, just shut my mouth.
Unless you count working as wiping the share price of your companies.
What I really like is the fact that people think, or some people think, that he actually invented companies like Tesla. He just bought them. He didn't invent them.
It's not even the inventing thing. It's, you know, people going, "Oh, he's just so smart."
No, he isn't.
There's one of those YouTube channels with a fuckload of subscribers. So not OTT, but Veritasium, is that it? He once talked about covering a fucking swimming pool in black balls to stop.
Yeah,
water
to reduce evaporation from.
Yeah. So he did a whole video about how Elon Musk is this fucking super genius and can multitask better than anybody in the world, and that's why he's so great and makes so much money. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
He inherited.
He made quite a lot of money because his dad had half a share in a diamond/emerald mine, and so Daddy gave him a fucking fortune. And then after that, he just started buying into companies that were already doing well.
If anything positive can be said about him, is that he knew when to buy what company to make the most money. But that's about it. Elongated Musk and the lizard man Zuckerberg.
Thunderfoot did a video on the Tesla truck 4 years late and totally incapable of actually doing what a truck is supposed to do. So much so that the people who pre-ordered it still haven't got it, and Tesla have said they're keeping all the trucks they've made for their own supply chain. So you really do not want anybody in the outside world getting their hand on one of these and seeing how piss poor it is, do you?
Yeah, that's probably closer to the truth than anybody would like.
It's a truck that can accelerate faster than any other truck. Oh, right, okay.
Who cares?
Do trucks go into a lot of races? Do they? Oh, I don't think they do.
Well, unless you're talking about truck racing, then no.
Oh, in that case it would lose massively, because it's carrying the weight of all its batteries.
Is the audio still cutting out, or is it better now for you?
It only cuts out whenever you cough, but I'm assuming at this point now you're leaning away from the mic when you cough.
No, I don't.
No, in that case, yeah, it's still cutting out. So when Skype said they were turning it off, they lied. They lied to you.
To nobody's surprise.
Maybe it's a feature.
Yeah, you keep
a
telling
feature,
yourself
not
that.
a bug. Do, 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 do.
I think the day that Microsoft actually releases a product that is more or less flawless will be the day the world ends.
I don't think they do that anymore. I don't think anybody does that, do they?
No, because the code's getting too long.
These days it's much easier just to go, you know what? You can have it.
No, Tuffy, they didn't send the truck into space. They did a Tesla. He sent a car. I think at that point when they did that, the truck was still mostly a design thing.
Well, to be fair, it's still mostly been a design thing up to about 4 or 5 months ago. So they desperately tried to rattle them out the door.
The emphasis being rattling.
Yep.
The truckler. Whatever the truckler is.
Imagine like a Tesla, but better. I think it was just a Tesla car. The truckler is a better truck. Certainly a heavier truck. A heavier truck that can accelerate faster but carry less load than other trucks and go less distance.
That's the main point.
It's just generally a worse truck.
It may be a viable solution for short distance inner city deliveries, but everything else is just not working.
Light inner city deliveries that require an 18-wheeler to tow it around, not just like a
delivering some
van.
beer to the local pubs. I'm still waiting for the confirmation on, we managed to get self-driving working. That's not going to happen.
That's never fucking happening. Like a few states have already said everybody they kill with one of their crazy cars, they can be personally sued. So that'll probably set them back a bit as well.
You'd think so. A wee bit.
Stop trying to kill people with your cars.
Or at least do it properly. Stop trying.
Did you see the video of the one that was trying to park in, I want to say, China?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was great, because it's captured on about 122 security cameras from all angles. So it started to pull over to park, and it must have been in like self-drive mode or whatever. And then it locked all the doors and accelerated and kept accelerating until eventually it went careening through buildings, cars, other things, people. It's all good. It's definitely worth looking up online. It's hilarious. Probably not for the people killed by it, but for me, fucking hilarious.
I need some black. Where's my black? Gone!
Not forgotten?
As long as you speak its name.
Yeah. Dude, this is roll artillery. I'm not worried about fucking naval crews until I get some naval stuff. That's how that game's played.
Have you seen the recent Army Painter announcement video about their speed paint metallics?
I know they released the video. I didn't bother clicking on it because I can't see the point.
Neither can I, because at least the metallics that I have already very much behave sort of like speed paints.
Yeah, it's... I don't want my metallics to be semi-transparent. I need my metallics to actually cover. I have more problems getting metallics to cover than I have them flowing. You know, it's just, of all the things they could have been working on, metallics would not have been high on my list. In fact, I'll go one step further, metallics wouldn't have been on my list. It's like a solution looking for a problem, is that what they say?
Yeah. It seemed a bit only made to tick the box. We have the first speed paint metallic. Games Workshop didn't do it, and
if they're doing the full range of all the paints, then sure, go for it. But again, I don't see an issue with metallics as they currently are, bar coverage.
I'm still waiting for my tartan in a pot.
It's due on the 1st of the 4th, I believe.
Yeah, I'm having strong vibes that will be the date. Technically, they could just make a chroma green screen paint.
Green screen paint. It's my reputation.
Just get Vallejo metal color, says Nick.
Yep. Got a whole tray of them up there. Vallejo metal color and rough iron. Doesn't matter what I'm painting metallic wise, the first base coat is always 50-50 rough iron and whatever the metallic is. So rough iron and bronze, rough iron and copper, rough iron and steel, rough iron and gold, whatever. It covers beautifully. It gives you a really solid base to work from.
Good night, Dutchie. Have a good night's sleep, and don't forget, touch your dick. Makes painting faster.
What he said.
I like the elementals from Battletech. I don't like the way they're posed on the bases. It's very annoying to paint around them.
Yeah. Does he come on the base already?
Yeah. All mechs are already assembled. And I wonder how Catalyst Games will handle future operations in Europe and Germany now that their official licensee is out of the gate.
Yeah. They're finally about to relaunch, more or less, for a paying public. And they don't have a licensee to drop the stuff to.
And the odd thing is the license will be expiring, if I remember correctly, at the exact same month the new Kickstarter will be launching.
Nice.
So, whatever the reason that is. I mean, I can get why they don't want Ulysses to do any more, because Ulysses clearly could be asked to do translations or anything, or even advertise stuff.
Yeah, but they have more important things to do. They had the Chaosium license for years. And that should be front and center. Making the beautiful German versions of Call of Cthulhu. Oh my god, those things were gorgeous. In fact, that's all they should be doing. If they're not doing that, they're fucking around. And they need to wind their necks in and go back to just doing more Cthulhu stuff.
You think?
Yep. All the time. Just
Maybe
that.
you should apply as a consultant and give them some hints.
Oh, I'll just don't even need to apply as a consultant. I'll just send them rants through the internet about that. Dear Sir Warbottom, you don't know me, but
I know Cthulhu.
your books almost made me want to fucking learn German. There used to be somebody who was Jörg Schathoth. Is that his YouTube name? He was somebody in the community who just used to talk, and he'd paint miniatures and do bits and pieces. And then one day he posted the artwork he was working on for the new Cthulhu book, whatever it was, from Ulysses Spiel, and it was just like, holy shit, you're that artist. That stuff is fucking amazing. I love you. Have my babies.
Did you go a bit fanboy or fangirl?
No, because I'm much too anal for that. But I could have done. Would have. It was just a surprise to discover that somebody in our tiny little hobby community was actually,
having an impact.
well, a published author slash artist slash illustrator type thing. Because you would normally expect them to not out themselves to nerds. Especially when his channel wasn't actually devoted to his stuff at that stage.
I think you would fanboy out for Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh,
Says
hell
Crispin. Isn't
Wait,
that the short actor with a weird hairstyle that is in all the adult movies?
yeah. No, that's Ron Jeremy. That's different. Rudy Ray Moore is Petey Wheatstraw,
Oh,
the greatest movie ever made. And if you can't remember that, it must be time to rewatch Petey Wheatstraw. Petey Wheatstraw!
the devil's son-in-law.
Although we could also watch any of the Dolomite. I was saying, Crispin, I watched My Name is Dolomite, or Dolomite is My Name. Can't remember which way around it is. The Eddie Murphy biopic. It's a really good film.
Crispin, what makes you believe that A, I'm alive, and B, not already in hell?
Has the devil tried to make you marry his ugly daughter?
No, I got a cease and desist.
Oh, hell no.
I should stop stalking her, he said. I made her uncomfortable. And only because I wanted to show her my worst case.
You show her your new painting technique.
Yes, the dick slap.
Bit your tongue off. It's not dick slap. It's dick touch. Touchy dick.
Yes, Crispin, you are very observant. I am, in fact, a German. And there's nothing you can do about that. I hope. It would be terrible. I couldn't use all the tropes.
What about Ireland's first World Cup then, huh?
What about it?
Great day for all of Ireland and football in general. Having won the World Cup.
Well, if I would have any opinion about the weird ball sports, I might have an opinion, but since I don't.
It's amazing. Best day
Oh.
ever.
Oh no. There's nothing left in my tiny ball of beer. Oh, sad times.
That's why you should always start with a big bottle of whiskey.
No, I need to attend the funeral tomorrow. I shouldn't be drinking too much.
Oh, all the drinking at the funeral. Do you want to be getting a head start? Wise move.
I don't think that's how it works when you're attending the funeral of a former customer. That's
how all funerals are.
Bad practice. Yeah, well, I can't talk about funerals in Ireland. I know that every funeral here is utterly sober.
Jesus.
Until after the fact,
I could see why you'd want to invade other countries then.
Who says we want?
Get hammered. Have a laugh. Go on. You know you want
to. So, why do you need to apologize, and on what topic? Have you been doing naughty things? Apologizing for being German? Never. I never asked to be born in this part of the world, but I won't surely not ask to be what's it called?
Repatriated?
Repatriated to something different. Though, given how current political systems are going up and down,
like a
who knows
drones.
What will happen in the next 10 years? Mad people could be trying to take over the powers in our country. And at that point, I would need to take my shovel and whack some people on the head.
Whack-a-mole is a great game.
To bring them back to their senses. Voting for the raving loony party?
The monster raving?
When is voting due to in your parts again, Soap? Soonish? Or is it some day away? I know that our voting isn't due for the next few years.
We get a bonus one in January. Because we're so awesome. More awesomer than anyone else.
Why is it a bonus?
Did you say something?
Why is it a bonus?
Alright, because we voted last May and half the party didn't want to come and play. So we haven't had a government. So they had to call a new election. Should have been the 15th of December, but it's pushed back to January, so it didn't interfere with Christmas. Screaming Lord Satch. I don't know. I don't think he's part of the Looney Party anymore. I think he retired from that. Lord Buckethead was great, although I don't think he was Looney Party.
Wasn't he a single person?
Yeah, he was an independent candidate.
Independent, that's the part I was talking about.
Big buckety-headed fuck. As they say in France.
What was the name of that guy with the shoe on his head? Berman or something?
Can't remember him.
I'm not sure if he was English or maybe even an American. Could have been American.
Crazy sons of bitches, Crispin. They've done it. They've done it. I hadn't realised War Games Atlantic had done camp followers. Do you know where they came from, Crispin?
Screaming Lord Scotch died in 1999. He hung himself.
Hilarious. The Napoleonic camp followers. Last year on April Fool's Day, they put up a render of a single figure going, our next box set is going to be camp followers. And then the forum thread just blew up massively with people going, fucking amazing, great, I can use them for so many scenarios. Eventually Hudson was going, actually it was a joke, but now we've seen the response, we may have to look at a way of doing it. So I'm so glad to see the full box appearing there as the camp follower set for the digital.
I'm having a wee look at the clock. It's 11 p.m. at my place, so I'm going to call it a day for tonight.
Right, day night.
I'm guessing you're continuing to do some thingamajigs.
Oh yeah, I need to get these little fuckers finished off, and then I'll have to find all the paraphernalia to play several games. Shit, if I'd been thinking I would have brought some of this up to the studio the last 2 days I was there.
Let's see, the Saturday would be streaming. That would be, well, I guess I'll have some time. Having to book some streams, maybe potentially. Despite having to open all the crisps, parcels and packages. So, everybody who has endured our 2-hour ranting session.
Nothing enduring here.
You get a lot of gobbles for 500 points. Well, that could be.
You certainly do at half a point a goblin, or 1 point each if you want to upgrade them to spear. Never seen the point upgrading them to spear. Half a point each, go for your fucking guns.
You're still gone, Jerry.
I'm not gone.
Oh, okay.
That's
Just your background.
My lesson.
Well, with that said, have to say, people, this has been the last one for this year, because next week I'm going to take the week off. Deal with it.
Dun, dun, dun. How can we deal with it?
Watch a rerun.
Watch your well, that works. Yeah.
Or maybe if you're really feeling really frisky, go and do some dick slap dropping painting.
Dick touching.
Touch stick. Yeah, live with it. Yes, 2 days off, so I'm living the life, and you'll be having me again next year, and potentially Jerry if he survives Christmas and family.
Oh, it's not me you have to worry about surviving.
As
whether
long
or
as
not I
nobody,
murder my sister, I
as
then
long
get
as nobody
fucking
enters
backed
the
up for it.
kitchen. Don't enter the kitchen.
Out of the kitchen and don't talk to me would also be a good way for just dealing with shit. Just don't talk to me, you bitch.
You've heard it here first. No talking.
Plus, she'll die someday. Oh, that's important. Dick touche. Like touche turtle. Touche away.
You'll all have fun. I'm going to go to bed now. Bye.
Bye.